Like if you're gonna do the deed, you don't have a lot of time. You gotta go ahead and pull that trigger, right? So in a rush situation where I mean, it's not a considerable distance, but it was a distance nonetheless. You got to line up the shot, check the wind, make sure you got to beat on the target. And you only got a handful of seconds to fire off some rounds before, well, what eventually happened where the Secret Service sniper team took him out. So, and you're probably going to have the opportunity aiming at a single target from a distance to only get off a handful of rounds because you're going to go and you're going to have, a little kickback and you're going to have to readjust. And, by that time, the Secret Service sniper team, they've already got their beat on you, put a bullet in you, game over. I mean, just firing wildly at a target at a distance, you're absolutely not going to hit a target at that point with a high caliber rifle. It's just.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Like, what if there's a manifesto? What
I feel like the parents would have burned it.
Well, I'm just saying, if the idea was firing into a crowd and hitting as many people as possible, then yes, that's a scenario where you just have the shooter pull the trigger as fast as possible and try and expel.
Maybe he thought he was freeing Trump by smashing the teleprompter so he could say whatever he wanted.
In fairness,
well, also, Trump has been very vocal about not paying the teleprompter people because so maybe teleprompter lives matter. That's all I'm saying.
It's funny you say that because I've been making videos for the Midas Touch guys here like the past couple of months, and a number of them were on like the insane ramblings at Trump's rallies, and at multiple rallies here now. He's not only been complaining about the teleprompter people, but the teleprompter itself. And like the one time when the teleprompter went out, he just shit all over the teleprompter and the technicians that work on it. And I was like, yeah, if Trump did stage this shooting, this was his revenge on the teleprompter.
On the revenge on the teleprompter.
Like you can't get it Biden, you can't get Kamala, you can't get the J6 committee, but you know
I can get the teleprompter.
I can get the fucking teleprompter. I'm sorry, Carol. We're more.
But teleprompters bite back apparently.
That's
fucking pay us.
The teleprompter was like, "I'll show you." And then the teleprompter went out at the RNC while Mike Johnson was speaking, and he just quit. He just walked off the stage, and he was like, "I'm done with this."
Unless the president is reading off a teleprompter, I don't think he's capable of making these big decisions, and that is something that should alarm all of us, and it's something that we need to be talking about. I think people are...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce the Attorney General, and there goes the teleprompter.
That teleprompter looked at Mike Johnson and said,
"You woke teleprompters, God damn."
They did all this shit about Biden not being able to speak without a teleprompter, and that teleprompter looked at Mike Johnson and said, "You're fucking done in this town." That was
you say that, and I just imagine the face like coming on the teleprompter is like, "You're fucked."
Yeah, that was quite funny. I giggled quite hard at that. That might have been the funniest. I mean, that was
around and find out.
All right. So in case you were unaware out there, the Republican National Committee began yesterday. We're recording this on Tuesday. It began Monday. It's a total shit show as far as the media coverage is concerned. Katie Tur's out here slobbering all over Trump, glazed him up. If you're not familiar with her work, she was the one who was crying on MSNBC when Trump got convicted. Also in that very court case, Michael Cohen revealed that a number of individuals in the media are basically in Trump's pocket. That would include Maggie Haberman, Chris Cuomo, and of course MSNBC's own very own Katie Tur, or who I like to refer to as the original cat turd.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with cat turd's
Katie
work, you might.
Turd.
Yeah, Katie Turd.
It's so sad the state of the world that we
I
have to
prefer to
reference
call them
someone called
feline
cat turd.
feces. That's
Feline feces? It
Yeah.
does sound classier.
Okay, fair enough. So the fat guy's name Feline Feces and Katie Turd's nickname from here on out is now Cat Turd with a K. But no, so the coverage of the RNC convention has been quite insane. Trump landed on his VP pick finally, apparently with no vetting and no consideration whatsoever for what it might do to the campaign. Picked possibly the worst vice presidential candidate in the history of vice presidents. And I say that in a world where within our lifetime, we're all familiar with Sarah Palin's in a world where Sarah Palin was chosen to be vice president. Yeah, JD fucking Vance. Now, one of the most insane aspects of the media coverage of the Republican National Convention is the refusal to acknowledge why Mike Pence wasn't available as Trump's VP pick the second time around.
Yes, yes, there's multiple reasons, aren't there? There's the tried to have him killed thing and the refusing to endorse him thing.
Hey,
and then Mike Pence refuses to endorse Donald Trump.
It's funny. Funny you bring up.
If somebody wanted to like endorse killing me, I'd feel some type of way.
No, not endorse killing. Endorse him for president.
No, Trump did the endorsing of the killing in 2021.
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah.
And he's still, and later, that's how he would have liked it to turn out.
It's funny how on a weekend of Republican on Republican violence, the media refuses to point out the fact that Mike Pence is unavailable as Trump's VP pick because of Republican on Republican violence. It's just extraordinarily ironic that they're willing to ignore that, especially given the current state of affairs, right? Like they've already gotten bored with the shoot. Like once it wasn't Democrat on Republican violence,
White on white crime, we need to address it.
It's an epidemic. It's killing
is.
our kids. It's destroying our country. It's tearing our cities apart.
Not our cities, our small towns.
Well, yeah, technically. So what was it? Jason Aldean dedicated the song to Trump, and then like you look up the population of the city where Trump was shot at. It's like 19,000 people. It was like literally the definition of trying that in a small town.
He tried it. Crooks tried it.
Yeah. You're right. Someone should redub that video.